Yeah, that's the biggest part of this whole thing. That's really why I wanted to have you on, is because Chepe missed weight. And you even said before the fight or the weigh-ins, like a few days out, you're like, he's going to miss weight. And it appears like you guys had to negotiate extra money for him to give you, like, aside from the 15%, right? So you had to get extra money just to take the fight.
Well, I was gonna take the fight no matter what. I just think that's disrespectful when you miss more than by maybe a pound or half a pound, something like that. So when you're missing by 3.5 pounds, you got to be doing the max. So that's what I asked for was the max, and like there's no denying. They did this on purpose. They game planned this whole thing just to get that advantage, and I knew it was like that because of how they did everything. I think that he probably even gained weight in that 3 weeks that he asked for. The additional couple weeks that he asked for. I think he actually gained weight on purpose because they were planning on missing weight. All right, so I got news last night that they are officially moving me and Chepe to August 10th. Not really sure what was going on. There was a little confusion with the dates just because they were booked for the 20th, and then they needed to move something around for the 10th. So we're fighting August 10th. So in Vegas, fight night. It'll be me and Chepe. So, but yeah, super frustrating because I'm ready to go now. But it is what it is, man. It just gives me more time to prep and be ready. So, but yeah, just want to give you guys an update, and it's so annoying, but it is what it is, man. So. I don't really know. That's just what I was thinking is that he, that they acted very like I got a text at 4 in the morning telling me that he was going to miss weight and that he was at 150 and then he weighed in at 149 and a half. So he lost zero point 0.5 in 4.5 hours, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. He
So
was more in your sleep.
dude, I mean, like it's crazy. It's just frustrating for sure.
Yeah. So, how much did you end up getting extra from the 15%? That's like normal. You asked for more. So how much did you end up getting?
Like 25% is like 25-30% is like the max you can get. So like that's what I got. And which is trash because he's only been fighting the UFC for 3 fights. So his contract wasn't that big. So you basically you get 25 or 15% of whatever their show purse is. So if they show and they get 10,000 to show, 10,000 to win, you only get 10,000 or you only get 15% of that first 10,000.
Oh, it's
You
not the
don't
whole purse.
exactly. Yeah. But
Oh,
bonuses if there's a bonus that's given that fight, you get the full bonus stuff. But which is crazy because I thought we were gonna get fight of the night or something just because it was you know it was such a sloppy fight. Man, I'm so disappointed. But it was one of the only fights that kind of went that direction. So
yeah. And like you're also to your point about that, the 5 pounds. Yeah, that's a big deal. And he didn't really fight like he struggled in the weight cut,
no,
like he
you
fought
see
full
his
of energy.
freaking
That's one of the first things I thought.
man, it's bullshit because it's like you look at his physique. I mean, he's 5'7", something like that, and it's not like he's just walking around like shredded and he had nothing else to lose. It meant that he basically put it off to the last minute, or he knew he was going to miss, and I think he knew he was going to miss. And that whole camp is shady. But I don't want to get into that. But it's just discipline in the sports, and then the rules got to change, man. I think what should happen is that if you miss weight by more than a pound, you should also give up a point. So every pound you're over, you should give up a point per, for whatever round the person wants. I think that there should be a point taken away and the percentage. I think that people are doing that as an advantage, especially early in your career. You're not getting paid shit, and and if you have a good if the odds are like kind of split like they were with me and him, they were pretty close. But it's like he has a huge advantage, and he's only gonna get a $6,000 pay cut. So it's just frustrating. But you know, I'm trying to just be positive and get ready for the next one. But it's like it's so frustrating because I was so prepared for that fight, and my body tanked and he had the advantage there. So I don't know. It's just like super frustrating.
Yeah, and you see it happening. I don't know if Ryan Garcia's whole weigh-in like debacle has been motivating other guys to do this negotiating beforehand, but even Kelvin Gastelum did that recently. And before Kelvin, the last time I heard of something like that was like Paulo Costa. So there, but now we're having it like twice in this year after Ryan Garcia. It seems like people are gaming the system.
For sure. I mean, like he gets a slap on the wrist, but it's not like the UFC's like, hey, if you miss weight again, you're done. Like they just want to see good fights, and that's why like I think that they should either add another weight class in, like the 165, add that weight class in so people can kind of spread out more, or they shouldn't be so hardcore on keeping you at your weight class for like what you're contracted at. Because for me personally, like I would have never asked to go up to 155 if it wasn't like a serious issue with my health. But um, I would have never asked for that just because I know how slam they are. But they have so many guys at 45, so many guys at 55, and that's just like an average weight for a lot of guys. And it's hard to like kind of move in between each one. But I wish that like just to give my body time to recover, maybe I could eventually get back down to 45 and stay there and be healthy. But I'm gonna go up to 55 for a few fights and just kind of let my body rest.
Okay, for sure. And I'll ask you about that next, but I just want to put it out there. Like, I'm not trying to bash Chepe just because I'm having you on stuff like that. But honestly, I don't like to see that stuff, missing by a lot of
Yeah,
weight and then fighting like you didn't really struggle in that weight cut because that's a big deal. So I just want to put that out there that I don't really like to see that stuff. And hopefully,
yeah,
moving forward, the UFC or the promotion can kind of figure out a way to not let them negotiate a new weight on fight week. I think that's
yeah.
crazy to miss like 3 or 4 pounds on fight week when you've been cutting the whole time. Like maybe if they called a month out or 2 weeks out so you can stop dieting, that's a little bit more fair. But you're coming
Oh,
in
dude,
depleted and you made
I
weight.
would, I
Wait,
would
did you
be
make weight or
like,
was it catch weight?
no, I made weight because I was already like, I got that text message at 4 in the morning, and I already made the weight the night before, so I got down to weight around 11 p.m. And you don't sleep. Like that's the thing is that you're so deprived that your body just does not rest, and so when you go to bed or when you go lay down, you don't sleep the night before weigh-ins. Like there's only like a handful of guys that I know, heavyweights or upper weights, that don't really cut a whole lot. I know they sleep a little bit, but like most of the guys that I know that are cutting like 15 to 20 pounds, I cut 23 pounds. And most of those guys, I talk to them that like they don't sleep, like they don't even, it's hard to even close your eyes because you just have your mind's rolling and you're so deprived. So it's like impossible to sleep. And you like, I took like 3 melatonin the night before, didn't like blink. I got a text, 4 in the morning saying he's gonna miss weight, and I'm like, bro, I'm already down. Like, you can't ask for a catch weight at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. And sleeping's a big part of cardio and all that. You don't get good sleep, it's hard to perform. So he's over there probably sleeping a little bit better than you at least. And that's another advantage that he's getting.